When my mentor died, I had the incredible opportunity to give his eulogy, thanks to Donna Spellman. I also knew it was an incredible burden. Um, and the fact I gave the minister who was also there to speak and then President Pfeiffer a copy of my speech, and I said, the odds of me getting through this without any issue is low. So, assuming I lose my shit, one of you has to come up and take it over for me. And they understood the job, whatever. I made it through it. Good, Steve. Today I received a message completely unsolicited from a former student that um, she wishes to remain anonymous. And so I'm going to read what she wrote to me verbatim and understand the fact that I am, if I make it through this without losing it, I will be shocked. Dear sir, thank you. It took me two LinkedIn posts and one YouTube video of yours to finally type this message. I was your student a decade ago. I delayed taking the supply chain course for several semesters because I heard so many great things about you from former students. And it turned out to be one of the best decisions, not only because I earned an A in this course, but honestly, what stayed and resonated with me more than this course itself were your stories, your life lessons, and your unique approach to teaching. From your photo with Hillary Clinton, even your future President Obama was right in front of you, to your obsession with Coca-Cola and our fascinating Coca-Cola factory trip, to your mission of discovering Alleen barbershops by never visiting the same barber twice, which I sometimes wonder if you continue to do so, to your proud choice of a Nissan Sunny car in a world that constantly measures success by luxury, and your story about how your small job in a shop shaped your personality. Apologies if I'm butchering any details. I don't know what small shop you're talking about. Everything else, you're right. Um, but those stories challenged my conventional way of thinking and shaped a big part of who I am today. They convinced me to appreciate all of what's right in front of me. Stay curious, humble, try new things, dare to choose differently at times, and gave me hope that even when I start small, whatever I'm going through might be preparing me for greater heights. So a heartfelt thank you. I still carry all of that with me a decade later. It was unfortunate to hear what happened with Masood. Anyway, it's his loss. But for what it's worth, the world needs more instructors like you. I sometimes wish there was an H index for influence, measuring a teacher's lifelong impact on students' lives beyond publications, as I'm sure there are many students who still cherish the effort and dedication you gave in every class. I kind of envy Masood for having a decade under your guidance as a mentor. The same time, I was wondering, went through many ups and downs, blood, sweat, and tears, made several career mistakes and life choices. From my perspective, you either make your own mistakes and learn the hard way, or you are fortunate enough to have a shortcut to learn from other people's mistakes by having a mentor who saves you the time or at least steers you in the right direction. On this one, I have to go back to my mentor, Bill Spellman. At times, I wish I had someone not just to gently advise and watch, but to firmly guide me, even scream at me and bully me out of my way instead of wasting so much time trying to to find every wrong exit, especially now as I find myself unemployed and back to square one after all these years. But anyway, we learn, we move forward, and we never give up. At least I will still carry my experiences and skills with me. Ironically, since the beginning of Ramadan, I was genuinely praying to God to enlighten me, to guide me, and send me on the straight path for help, also known as a mentor. And since your posts keep popping up on my feed, honestly, it can't be because of the algorithm, because I was Googling the word mentor. So if you're open to it and you've been able to heal from Mansoor, she got it right. I didn't get it right. From your experience mentoring him, please consider adopting me. I promise I'm a hard worker and a fast learner. After a decade since graduation, I have nothing to lose, and I finally know what I want. I just don't know how to get there. I genuinely don't know how this message turned in from gratitude into a mentoring application pitch. By the way, I was also part of the Coon Startup Program, though I doubt you would recognize me. I was part of that program. Sorry. Um, I've always had a bit of middle child syndrome and tend to stay in the background. Long story short, the old me would never have message. But your story about your mentor on LinkedIn deeply resonated with me as my mother passed away this January due to cancer. At her funeral, everyone showed up and mentioned how much she influenced their lives, and I kind of wish she was there to listen. So as I go through some existential crisis right now, I believe the least I can do is speak up and step out of my shell, especially when it comes to recognizing outstanding mentors like you who deserve their flowers. I'm certain I'm not the only one who feels this way, as many students I crossed paths with still mention you to this day. P.S. If this message ever finds its way to the public, I prefer to remain anonymous. With sincere respect and admiration, I never saw myself as a teacher, ever. I didn't. It was when my mentor Mhm. It was when Bill Spellman went on his arbitration trips that I didn't go with him on them, that I was teaching in his on his behalf. And uh I've never had an education class, so I don't know what you're supposed to do when it comes to education. I just don't. I never had a class. Uh, but the reason anybody who's ever had me in a class, it's because of Bill Spellman. He's the one who said, "You need to do this. You are naturally good at this. You need to do this." So, uh, nothing more I can add to that.